Hello, everybody, and welcome to A Morning Cup of Kindness. I'm your host, Trucker Flange, and today I have a couple of short stories for you as opposed to one longer one. So our fourth story takes place, it's from a teacher, and it reads as following. Today I was running low on pencils, so I asked all of my kids to pull out all of my pencils. I noticed writing on a few of them. I then realized that my student's mother took the time to write on his pencils. I asked him if he would mind showing me the rest of them. What I read melted my heart. It was as following. Each pencil had a note written onto it, and they were, "You are so talented. This will be a great year. You are creative. You are phenomenal. Never give up. You can do this. You are knowledgeable. You are a math whiz. You are intelligent. Proud of you every day. I love you. You have a brilliant mind. You are wonderful. You are a problem solver. Follow your dreams. You are perfect. I am proud of you. You will change the world. You are amazing. You are the best. You are important." This probably took his mom a few minutes to do, and yet it lit up his whole day at school. He wasn't embarrassed that his mom wrote on his pencils. Thanks to his mom, he was reminded of his self-worth and wanted to share the same feeling with his classmates. These are the things we should be reminding our kids, both parents and teachers. Imagine the look in a child's face when they're reminded that they are important, talented, loved, knowledgeable, and so much more. Help them know that someone believes in them and is proud of them in everything they do. Even if you think it's cheesy or you don't have enough time or that you will have little impact, remember that you may be the only one telling and reminding them of these things, and every kid needs to know your value. This is why I teach. It's an anonymous teacher. I wish there was a name attached to this one. I got it from the same place, a story every day, this page on Facebook. But I think that's just wonderful, right? What a great thing for mom to do. And more than that, this child, this kid now is passing on his kindness. And hey, that's some grade A parenting in my books. Okay, so this next story takes place on a bus. I'm not sure where exactly it is. It's in one of the states with Disney in it. Maybe Florida or California. I'm not sure exactly. The credit goes out to Angela Steinhoff, wherever she might be. Angela, what a great story this is. So I'll just read it as I'm her, and, well, we'll go from there. So, people are so mean and downright ugly. Disney is supposed to be a friendly place, right? Well, no. No one would sit by this man when we boarded the bus for one of our stops. He had an empty seat on each side of him. I sat down and met one of the sweetest people on our trip. His name was Hank, and he has worked at the Kingdom for over 10 years. He is from Chicago and loves the NFL, but not the Cowboys. He thanked me for not being afraid of him. He thanked me for being a nice friend. He said I was pretty, and he thought all my tattoos were so cool. He said, "I'll bet people look at you funny because you're a little bit different." I said, "Yes, they do, but I try not to let it bother me." "Lord, you should have seen the looks I've got on this vacay." He said he had to leave work early because his feet were hurting so bad. So he's just going to enjoy the rest of the day off at the beach. Yes, my friend, I hope you have a blast. He also has a wiener dog named Frank. That's what he was showing me a picture of. We had the best little conversation, even if it was repeated a few times. Just because someone has special needs doesn't mean you should try and treat them any different. Be kind. It's not that hard. Thank you so much for this story. I think it just warms my heart. You know, as kids, we weren't the kindness to people with special needs. And as I've grown older, it's one of those things that I always look back on, and, you know, still I feel bad for it to this day. So, thank you very much for this story, Angela. I think this is just wonderful. So anyway, guys, that's all I got for today on the Morning Cup of Kindness. Remember, this show is brought to you by the Ashes to Awesome podcast. That's a show where I dedicate most of my time and energy to. It is a recovery podcast. It's called Rising in Recovery, but we offer so much more than that. On the Wednesdays, I have a therapist, Ryan Bathgate, that comes on, just a compassionate, wise, charismatic individual who likes to talk us through all sorts of strife in our life, and more than that, living a fulfilled life. It is not centered around addiction and recovery so much as it is just about living a fulfilled life, right? On the weekends, I have Dr. Lisa, who's a psychiatrist that actually quit her job as an oil field engineer to go back to medical school to further understand her brother's fight with addiction that he fought for more than 20 years. She's a wonderful human being. Throughout the rest of the week, we've got all sorts of things, Memorial Mondays, Family Fridays. At the end of the day, what makes our podcast so very different from the rest is that we do focus on the family much more so than people in recovery or in addiction. because we feel that it's, for every addict out there, there's a whole lot more people affected, and that's who we're trying to help. So check us out, guys. It's the A2Apodcast.com. That's A2A podcast.com. Thanks for listening to the Morning Cup of Kindness. Have yourself a wonderful day.